For this session, we'll go over how to use the prepayment feature in Business Central. And so this can apply to purchase orders or sales orders, but for this demo, we will go over a prepayment invoice for a purchase order. So if we begin and we create a brand new purchase order, okay. So let me create a purchase order, and we'll use Fabricam. Okay. And let's say we had an item here, an office table. Okay, so there are two things that need to be set up before we have a prepayment ready to post. And how prepayments work in Business Central is we would generate a pre-purchase or a prepayment invoice, and that would have its own number series. So the first setup we have to go through is in the general posting setup. Make this bigger here. We'll see that we have the general business posting and the general product posting groups here, and a certain combination of them will require accounts for them to post into. And for a sales prepayment account, you would fill this in here. And for a purchase prepayments account, you would fill that in over here in these columns to the right. And when that's set up, we can also go to the purchases and payable setup. And here is where you would specify the number series, the prefix for your posted prepayment invoices. And so in this field over here, posted prepayment invoice number series, you would have to select or create your own code here. That will be your number series for your posted prepayment invoice. And so this is the second setup required. And once you have those two set up, we can go ahead and create our prepayment purchase invoice. So to go about this, we see that we have a prepayment column in the line. But if we scroll down, we also have a prepayment sort of section here down at the header level. And we have this prepayment column or field that has a 0 on it. So what we can do first is we'll have to add more lines actually to this line level. So if we go to the settings and personalize, and we add a field, let's go click into here. And let's look for prepayment. So all of these will be useful to you, these prepayment line fields. So let me go ahead and put them next to this prepayment percentage. Okay. Here. So this is our prepayment amount to deduct excluding tax, prepayment amount excluding tax. Okay, and then finally, let's just drag this over here. Okay, so now that we have these fields in our lines, there are two ways to set up the prepayments. They are percentage based. So if we go ahead and apply it at a header level, and let's say we have a quantity of 1. Okay. And we'll see that the unit cost here, including tax, is this 544. If we go ahead and apply a 50% prepayment, and tab out, it'll say you have modified the percentage. Do you want to update the lines? If you click yes, you'll notice now on this prepayment line amount, including tax, it'll calculate the 50% of this direct unit of 544, and it'll fill in this prepayment percentage of 50%. And that'll apply that to every line. If you wanted to do it line by line, we could also change the prepayment percentage here, and let's say 30%. It'll also change that calculated line. And if you don't want to do it by percentage, you can just do it from here, and the prepayment percentage will be calculated for you. So if you wanted to prepay 200 for this, it'll calculate that percentage as 36.76. Okay. So for this, let's go ahead and make it 50. Actually make it 40. Okay. So now that we're, if we are satisfied with this amount that we want to create a prepayment invoice for, we would go to the actions, posting, prepayment, and then we would go here to the post and print prepayment invoice. So before I do that, I have to have a vendor invoice number. We'll do prepayment Fabricam. I'll go ahead and post this as a prepayment invoice. Yes. And now that prepayment invoice is posted for this $217.60. And now that is a posted prepayment invoice. We can go ahead and navigate and search that out. We'll see that over here as a prepayment invoice, a posted prepayment invoice. Now this can be closed out with a payment from the payment journal or a deposit, or however you would like to pay this prepayment invoice. So this is a different liability in itself. And now let's say we do get the real invoice for this one office table we ordered. So we'll check the lines, and it says here that we have the quantity received is 1, quantity invoice is 1. So now let's say we get the invoice, and it's invoice 344. And then we go to the posting and post, and we go ahead and receive an invoice. Now we'll post this purchase order as a posted purchase invoice. And if we go to the invoice, we'll see the amount for the full purchase order minus this $217.60, which was our prepayment. So the total liability for this purchase invoice is now this reduced $326.40. And so this is how you would go about using the prepayment feature. This will also work for sales orders